This has been the craziest weekend of my life. Good morning, everybody, from Astoria, Oregon. That's right, I'm still here. Been here for a couple of days celebrating the Goonies 40th anniversary. Got inside the new restored house, met all kinds of amazing people, made some new friends. But today is the day our party split. Adam the Woo headed over the bridge to Washington with Retro Robbie. All of our other friends started scattering to their various homes. I myself just went up the hill to the Short Circuit house, which you can stay in, by the way. It's an Airbnb to say goodbye to the owner, Rich, a wonderful guy. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. Steven Spielberg's assistant on all those movies, Mark Marshall, was up there getting interviewed for a Life After the Goonies documentary, and Rich and I went upstairs so he could show me some of his collectibles, and they started the interview. We were stuck up there on the stairs like we didn't want to move or make a noise. What a trippy experience. And the whole weekend has been like that. I mean, from seeing the cast of the Goonies, making all these new friends, going back to the filming locations. I mean, what an incredible time. And now it is time that I myself start thinking about hitting the road back down to Southern California. Hard to drag myself away though. I mean, look at this place. You can see why they filmed movies here. Everywhere you turn your head, it is absolutely breathtaking. I've always loved Astoria. Every time I come, I feel like I don't want to leave. I want to stay here forever. But man, this 40th anniversary Goonies weekend is one for the record books. This is a weekend I'll remember for the rest of my life. I just can't let go. Maybe that's why I'm the only one left in town who doesn't live here. Well, of our little group anyways. I was just about to hit the road, but as I was driving through downtown, I spotted some more festivities up there. I just want to go take a peep at. What are we getting ourselves into? I don't know, but I almost never do, so let's do it. I'm sure there's still Goonies stuff going on in town, but before I go see what's going on downtown, which looks like maybe a farmer's market or something like that, as many times as I've been here, there's one spot I've never come down to. It's this little public park here, right up against the water. It's Astoria's Nordic Heritage Park, and the Nordic Heritage Park has something very cool I always see while I'm driving through and never stop to really look at. Just like the comments section, it is full of trolls. Look at these little guys. There's a store downtown in Astoria that sells those little trolls, the same kind you'd see at the little Norway shop in Epcot. And somebody was like, oh, have you ever gone and taken a selfie with the trolls in the Nordic Heritage Park? I'm like, no, I always forget it's there. This is obviously, I guess, designed to celebrate the Nordic immigrants who settled in this area and, of course, worked out there on the ocean and on the docks and stuff. You see Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, they're all here. And look at all of their little mythical trolls in here. Ooh, as well as their sort of like memorial dedicated chests. Look at these. They're all dedicated, so they all have little plaques on them, like luggage from all over the Nordic countries. Oh, and look at this little troll right here. He's got some great fashion sense. I like that t-shirt there. People always ask me why I don't wear these type of black and white striped shirts anymore. It's because I can never find them in tall sizes. I need large, tall. I love this troll right here. He's making his own shade, even though at the moment, he's in the actual shade. Well, it looks like we can't skip over this one down here at the end. She's singing her little guts out. Anyway, let's head back up into downtown and see what's going on. This is why I love walking around. Sure, you've seen the Goonies house, but have you seen the Astoria Professional Building? All right, headed up the street here. That's where I saw all those tents set up for whatever was going on. But wait a minute, I just remembered there's supposedly a little car show going on somewhere up here. All I heard was right next to the Fort George Brewery, and oh, that must be it down there. Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah, look at that Pontiac right there. Got a nice old classic Ford truck. I love looking at the tail ends of these. Look at that Chevy Bel Air right there. I'm gonna take that thing down to the levee. Whoa, now there's something I haven't seen before. Look at that little thing. Is that street legal? Look at that little hot rod. Dude, that is sick. Look at the fire extinguisher on the front. That freaking antique fire extinguisher is wider than the car. And look at, this is who told me about the car show. Shorty Winton, dressed up like Mama Fratelli. Look at her. You are so cute, Shorty. We're back. Oh, look at this. Here you go. Here's the Fratelli Jeep. Pretty darn screen accurate. This was up at the house the other day. Troy was showing, there's Troy right there, popping out in the little cap over here. Check that out, dude. He was showing us all the detail that went into this bad boy. Oh, there goes Damon. We were just chatting. He's the one that built the Rube Goldberg device in front of the house, or rebuilt it, I should say. It's all restored, man. But enough about the house. We've seen the house. It's a Fratelli car over here. Troy worked on that bad boy. Just one more time, since we were in such a hurry the other day, there's all the socials right there. Look at those bullet holes. ORV, bullet holes. I had to say it one more time. Looks like they're having trouble assembling some of the spirits over there. But look at this. Here's the star of the show right here, the little Ecto, the freaking Slimer on the hood. Oh, look at this. Here's a case of Better Late Than Never. Look what just showed up right here. A freaking DeLorean. What's crazy is, you used to see DeLoreans, which are always still head turners, always still impressive, and you'd go, I want to see a time machine one, but now I've been to so many conventions and things where people have done so many time machines that it's almost the opposite. Like when I see a DeLorean au naturel, I'm like, ooh, look at that sexy rear end. Oh man, this already makes me miss my buddies. BC DeLorean. I've got to get up to British Columbia, man. I got to get up to Vancouver. Oh, look at this. Now the set is complete. Look at these bad puppies. All right, this is crazy to me that these are now classics, but it makes sense. It's like Troy just rolled up. He's gonna grab our hands and take us on a journey. That is so amazing. Oh, and then look at that Mirthmobile. We've been seeing that all over town this week. Pretty sweet right there, man. Somebody was like, you haven't left yet? I'm like, nah, you can't just quit Astoria cold turkey, dude. You can't just quit like that. Anyway, speaking of Astoria, I did confirm that it is the local farmers market that's going on downtown after finding Slug Coffee yesterday. I'm interested to see what's down there. It's just such a rad town, dude. I smelled this store before I saw it. Astoria Vintage Hardware. Freaking epic. So funny because literally every 60 seconds some car will drive by playing either Good Enough or that Fratelli chase song, you know, bum, ba-dum. You cannot get away from the Goonies on Goonies weekend, that is for sure. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's what we were looking for. I hear the sweet, sweet sound of somebody playing the banjo. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a guy rocking out on the banjo right over there. Steve Martin would be proud. Dude, this is awesome. This freaking local farmers market is freaking huge. Got the Aloha hippie over here. You got some mushroom tie-dye clothing. Look at this, Ellie's, jellies, and more. Spice and tea, laugh. Recycled skateboards turned into jewelry. You got some wood burning stuff over here. There's even a freaking local authors bookstore set up. Dog coats, hats, gloves, shirts. My local farmers markets in Anaheim, Fullerton, and Orange are nothing like this. This is amazing. They got rocks and gems and all kinds of crazy hippie stuff out here. I see 3D art. This lady's using a spinning wheel. Just watch out for Rumpelstiltskin. Even down here, oh my gosh, look at this stuff. Macintosh Hill, Mapleworks. Even down here, I cannot escape the Goonies, though. I keep running into some of the local goons and goons from all over. And the documentary crew, they're still filming some stuff with Robert Davi today. Look at this, you got everything from leather goods, goat milk skincare back there, to face painting over here. So much food and treats, everything smells so good. I don't know what the heck that smell is. Oh, just so much stuff. Look at this, all artwork, and oh my gosh. Even plants over here. Ooh, custom cookies and confections. Cryptid cookies, dude, look at that. Got Bigfoot up there, right? They got some produce. They got some produce down here. I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Some smoked salmon from Astoria, Oregon. Ooh, smoked salmon. Look at that, dude. Now I'm gonna be heading down the road with a hunk of fish in my pocket. Now, I've probably, well, almost certainly shown you enough for you to get the general idea, but look at this. It's going all the way down to the river. We got time for a little more peeking. Oh wow, cigar box, guitars over here, some more jewelry, lots of woodworking stuff. Sloth right there. Hey you guys. So much going on. There's a man rocking a dulcimer. We got all kinds of kettle corn and popcorn over here. This is what I originally saw when I drove through town. It just goes on and on and on. Okay, look at this. Astoria Sunday Market. Okay, so it's not just farmers market, it's Astoria Sunday Market. Do they do this every Sunday? What the heck? Gotta make sure I come here on Sunday again. I got some gluten-free Bloody Mary mix over here. I can start being a day drinker. All right, most of the rest is produce. You get the idea. You've seen produce before. Just how sick is it that this is right down here on 12th Street? Going right up the side of the Liberty Theater where the Goonies premiered 40 years and 1 day ago. Amazing. Oh yeah, speaking of Goonies, I forgot we gotta run up the back way over here. So little birdie told me something might be happening back at that car show. It was awesome, but kind of funny. I keep getting stopped, and like most of the people who stop me are like, Justin, what the heck are you doing here? Love your other Goonies videos and stuff like that. Those are the people from out of town. The people in town who have stopped me are all like, Justin, what's up? We love your Route 66 stuff or something like that. I'm like, you ever seen my Goonies videos? Like, nah, never seen those. Aw, rats, looks like other people got my same scoop over here. Hey, there's Jay's Porsche. Ooh, look at that, that wasn't here earlier. Robert Davi is supposed to be up here with the Fratelli's truck. See if we can at least get a peek. Oh yeah, dude, look at this, it's going up. There he is, right there with Shorty Winton. Robert Davi. That is so cool, such a trip, and so awesome that Shorty just got like the ultimate fun pick. I saw that. I just was walking up right at the end of that. I hope so. I hope I got it. Look at that, look at freaking Bayman, dude. He's like a rock star now. The Goonies, man. But look at Shorty, you're a rock star. You're a real Fratelli now. I love this, dude. Look at this Robert Davi's over here. Telling him stories. It's all going in that documentary series. There's Gibson over there, filming away. The Haunted Mansion jacket on. He used to be a Disneyland cast member. Maybe that was a secret. Maybe that was a secret. No way. No way. Okay. I thought he was going through the sunroof.
They couldn't pay me enough to do it.
Did you imagine? I got excited actually. I you were going to do that.
No, I had to go through here. And it'd be very sloppy with a full audience around. I'd look like a tumbling idiot.
Look at this. I just can't quit rich. The short circuit house. Look at the short circuit house, people. Everyone here's a Goonie, dude. Robert Davi in the freaking driver's seat over there. About to start the freaking car. Lead the police on a wild chase over here. They're being super cool about crowd control. They're letting everybody get up close and stuff. Dude, everybody up here is rad. It's so cool. Next time I come here, I'm staying up at Rich's place. His Star Wars collection. Yeah. Freaking amazing, dude. Freaking amazing. There's Bayman right there. If you didn't see the other videos, he's the guy that owns the Goonies house now. He's the guy that saved the Goondocks. With a large crew of others, obviously. It was a big team effort, which is exactly why they're filming this documentary series, which I just can't wait to see. I know it'll be a while, but trust me, I'll let you know if I hear anything. They started up the freaking car, dude.
Bayman, be careful. Mom would have been proud, huh?
Yeah.
Be careful with him driving.
But look at that. It's the original bass player from Heart. He's a Goonie, too. Weird. Ah, no police chase, Bayman?
Hey, I wasn't the driver. He said, let's go rob the bank. So I said, all right, let's go.
When the car was at your house the other day, I was like, oh no, they found him.
They found us. They converted me. I'm one of the bad guys now. I'm a Fratelli, as you can see.
That's amazing. Amazing. I got the dude from the Plain White Tees up here. Man, look at the size of this crowd. Just impromptu gathering on the street. Bayman is so cool. His wife is so nice. Putting up with all these Goonies. She just said to me earlier, she's like, yeah, but that's what we did it for, you know? It's like, oh yeah, duh. It's so funny that when the Cherokees, you know, were current, these version of the Cherokees, I mean, that it was just sort of your like generic car. You're like, oh, generic car, Cherokee, whatever. No thought whatsoever about it. But now that they're older and they don't make them like they used to, you're looking at this thing going, that is one sexy car. Look at the front end on that thing. Just look at that, dude. Just taking fun pics with the fans over there. That is freaking incredible, man. So generous with their time.
Florida, this is Tampa. What the hell am I doing? You can thank me for bringing this weather.
I know, right? You can kind of take it back together.
Look at that, dude. Super generous with the stuff. You did it, man. You achieved something.
Labor of love.
And look at that. That's the payoff right there. That is so cool. Now time to rob a bank.
No.
Dude, look at that guy, dude. Hero. Not expecting that today. I didn't think today would also go full Goonies. I thought a lot of my friends had left today. It was the same situation where some of the new friends I met were all like, yeah, dude, we're chilling. You know, this is going to happen later and this is going to happen. But this has just been such the perfect weekend. I'm like, there's nothing I can add to this. I was saying earlier, you know, it's hard to quit cold turkey. But now that I'm walking down the hill, I'm like, oh, maybe I should stop by the house and look at it one more time. And I'm like, no, stop it. I guess we just got to rip the Band-Aid off. All right. Goodbye, Goondocks. Goodbye, Astoria. Goodbye, Columbia River. And now kind of the hardest decision of them all. I got to decide whether to head back down I-5 through Oregon or head down the Oregon coast. Luckily, I can head down the coast for a little ways before I have to totally decide. Normally, I'd film a lot of driving, but at the moment, see you guys at the next stop. Man, I had to get a ways out of town before I could talk to you guys again. I had to start processing everything that's happened during the Goonies weekend. The beautiful scenery definitely helps, to distract, that's for sure. Anyway, we've come a ways down the coast, and here's a couple of things you don't see every day. A gargantuan corn dog, and any second now, something you don't often see. Coming up the tracks on the other side of the highway from the giant corn dog, a historic steam locomotive, but not one pulling a train, one pushing a train backwards. Look at this. It's the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. And here it comes, pushing backwards. There's a locomotive up there. I pulled into town a minute ago. And I was sitting there. I could see the steam coming out of the engine. I could see the steam rising up on either side. It was having a blowout. I was like, oh, awesome, it's gonna pull forward any second. I kept waiting and waiting. It's like, hey, it looks like it's getting smaller. It was backing up. Look at that. Dude, something about the smell of steam locomotives. Smells so good. Anyway, I caught up to it quick, and I'll be catching up to it again too, because there might be plenty of power in that locomotive, but it's not going fast, that's for sure. I think even the guy on the bicycle is actually going faster than the train. That's funny, dude. The bike was definitely beating that train. Anyway, I pulled up ahead of it a little bit, because here's a little section of the tracks running through this lagoon over here alongside 101, the coast highway. I've driven this section in beautiful summer weather like this, where it's all sunny. I've driven it in the mist and the fog, where it looks all romantic. And every single time I drive down this highway and look over here and see the train tracks in the water, all Spirited Away style, I think, dang, wouldn't it be cool if the train came by right now? That's why I pulled up ahead quick. I was like, the train is coming by. And in the most beautiful spot. Of course, it's coming backwards, but it's still coming. Dreams do come true. Dude, look at this. This is awesome. Yes, dude. Yes. This is amazing. I guess it's not exactly like I always pictured it, because it is coming backwards, but you know what? If we reverse the footage, it'll look like the train is coming forward. Look at that. There we go. There's my dream. The Oregon coast. What are you gonna do? Well, to hop in the car here thinking like, that's the last I'll see of it, but then I just realized I'm gonna keep seeing it over and over. Like, watch this. I just pulled ahead, I don't even know, like a couple of football fields worth, not even that far. And here she comes again. Dude, come on, how sick is that? Just too bad she's not going the other way. But then again, if she was going the other way, we would have just seen her briefly, if at all. I love this, the kids on board keep waving. I'm like, isn't that the same guy? What's he doing? I just realized that reverse shot probably looks pretty funny because the smoke or the steam is going the wrong way. Anyway, it's just so funny. Playing tag with a train today. Train tag. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Oh, dude, I jumped ahead of the train again, and look at this. I feel like I found the perfect spot. This is gonna be one sick pick in a second. Better climb up on these rocks. We don't want to get runned over. Here she comes again. Those guys are so stony-faced, it's so funny, like, this must happen a lot, I guess. Must happen quite a bit. Hello! How sick is this? You think it looks good this way? Just wait till we turn it around. There you go. That's the money shot right there. That is gorgeous. Dude, how awesome is that? I guess I gotta stop it, dude. Oh, here it comes again. I was gonna say I better knock this off soon, but then I realized I'm still making better progress than the train. I'm doing all right. So funny. I just wish it was going forward. Anyway, yeah, I was about to knock it off, and then I realized we're on the outskirts of Garibaldi, so we're right near its terminus, the final destination, I think. Let's see if we can catch up with it at the station. Oh, we're getting close, because there's the Ghost Hole. The pub. I love that name, dude. Ghost Hole. Great band name. All right, I think we made it in time. Funny, we were just out here the other day, just admiring this old engine and wondering, like, where is the train right now? Just pulled in a little ways down the town there. And here we are, like 72 hours later or something. But it's backing right in to the station. How cool is that, dude? How cool is that? Incredible. Ah, there it is, she stopped. How sick. Gonna be awkward though now. Everyone's gonna get off and be like, hey, why were you following us? Which is kind of funny. You would never follow a car. Like if you were following somebody's car, they'd be like, what the heck are you doing, you creep? But if you follow a whole lot of people's train, I guess it's fine. Hashtag train creep. One of the railroad workers just told me they're gonna cut away the locomotive to fill it back up with water. I was like, oh, where's the best place to see? He's like, just walk down the tracks. I'm like, is that all right? I mean, I guess we won't be in front of it. I will still see it from here. Always makes me nervous though. I always think I'm gonna get scolded no matter what I do. Wait a minute, there's a little road down here. Maybe we can get in front of it. Oh yeah, dude, look at this, yes. So cool, dang. The sound, the smell, there's nothing like steam. I like all kinds of trains, electric trains, diesel. I mean, I don't know that much about trains, even though I've driven some, but I do like them. I do like them. Oh, there he goes. Having a blowout there. Blowing off some steam. Oh man, that is so loud even from over here. Oh wow. There we go. Took a while. We finally got our going forward shot. That is so sweet, man. Wow. I was wondering where the fireman was. He was on the back there, back of the tender. A hard-working man. He's been working on the railroad all the live-long day. Yeah, he's climbing up there, getting the hose out. Wait a minute, I was expecting him to pull up to a water tower. I think they might actually be getting water from the fire hydrant. What in the world? Oh, no way. That is so cool. I cannot believe that's how that's done. That is amazing. Unbelievable. That is so cool. This lady is not as impressed as I am, apparently. But I'm impressed. Very impressed. Look at that. That is so cool. Oh, for a second, I thought he was pouring it in up there out of a water bottle. Look at that. American Locomotive Company. I think it says September 1925. Oh, wow. I guess it wouldn't be 1825, so that makes sense. Look at that, dude. Oh, pardon me. I must be full. Oh, she's creaking. She's grown and run for it, boys. She's gonna blow. It's so gorgeous, man. You got the ocean nearby. You got all these pine tree covered hills. Everything is perfect except the diaper. There's always a diaper. There's one in every friend group. This is just proof that you never know where your day is gonna go when you're traveling with Randomland. I never thought I'd be chatting to a train engineer about filling up the train from underneath with a hose from a fire hydrant. I guess they are building a water tower back there, so that'll eventually be in use. But in the meantime, this is pretty sweet. The engineer is super cool. He's chatting away over there, and I was asking him, do they get a lot of foamers and crazy rail fans out here filming this train? He said, not really that much, you know, which is surprising because look at that thing. From Robert Davi to this. What a day. I know. We'll get a move on in a second. Just look at all that. Look at all those little spouts and pipes whistling and things whirring. That must be the generator or the air compressor or something whining. A lot of noises come from trains. They never shut up. It's a wonder my mom doesn't love them. She says she loves me and I don't shut up. All right, there she goes, number 25, backing up to recouple with the cars, go on our next mission. I guess that means it's time for us to head out on our next mission too. Mission? Get down the coast to Coos Bay. Got quite a ways to go. At least 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. It's funny, I watched that train for so long coming down the tracks. Not once did they throw mama from it. All right, just fueling up here, or at least topping off. $4.09 a gallon. No $2.99 like I was paying earlier in Kansas City this year. But it's also no $5.65 like I was paying in Los Angeles at different points in this year. It's a nice happy medium. Maybe I shouldn't admit this, but I bought some chips. Probably shouldn't be eating chips, but look at that. Papa Sal's. I've got to try those. Stuffed jalapeno. I'll give them a whirl.
Oh, Papa.
Papa Sal. All right, anyway, the train was a fun distraction, but I did film on this part of the coast a couple days ago. So I'll try to refrain for now, especially since I got about 3 hours of sleep last night, and it's getting to that point in the day where I just need to focus. So I'll see you guys at the next stop. Well, I feel like I've been driving and driving and driving, but we have not made it very far at all. Turns out I've only been driving for an hour or so. But the good news is I have made it finally to Lincoln City, Oregon, famous home of Barnacle Bill. It's a cute little town, a lot of fun stuff to do here, a lot of little shops, the old Oregon Saloon over there with food and games, and the home of author J. Stephen York and his wife Chris, who have been holding something for me for a couple of years now. There was something for sale in Oregon. I don't want to say what it was. And I was like, hey man, think you guys could pick this up for me? They grabbed it, they held it. I visited them before here in town and saw it, but didn't have any room in the car at the time. I think we were driving the Mustang or something. Now that I got the RAV4, I think it just might be time for a secret item to come home with me that you guys will have to see later. It's like another little mini Astoria, man. All kinds of little hills over here. They got the D River in Lincoln City. Tons of cool little antique shops and everything else. I guess we probably shouldn't film our way to the front door. Cool, quiet, trippy little town. Here they are.
Yeah.
The Yorks, authors. You've done a lot of stuff. You've done like Star Trek books and all kinds of things like that. Yeah. And then Chris, you've done some stuff too.
Insert book of our bookstore.
Oh, the bookstore. Yes. Both of you are authors. That's crazy. Yeah. You ever like, sure you're both trying to write and talk to each other at the same time? You're like, stop talking to me, I'm writing.
No, you close the door. There is a sign on my office that says, you know, authorized personnel only.
Oh, and you're not authorized. Not all the time.
No.
I have to knock first.
Okay, there it is right there. That is it's literally authorized personnel only. And I love this right here. Beware of the parrot. That'll be relevant later. Oh, there's some right there. There's some of your books.
And the parrot.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you had a nom de plume up there. Christy, what is it? Fifield?
Fifield.
Fifield. Okay. I better be careful how I pronounce things.
That was my name for the first 19 years before I got married the first time.
Oh, that's why. It's not a nom de plume. She married you.
Yeah.
Look at this. Here's the books. You guys got copies of some of your books. Look at those Star Trek books right there. I like that.
X-Men,
oh my
Conan.
gosh. You guys have done a lot of stinking stuff. But these ones, they've all got a parrot in them, right? That's the thing.
Yeah. Haunted bookshop.
The haunted
souvenir shop.
Haunted souvenir shop. I didn't know you did all these Conan books. That's amazing. Yeah. Has Arnold read the books? Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, come on.
And actually, none of them have Conan in them. They were for the World of Conan.
Oh.
Game, which was kind of a disaster.
Hello, Naughty Cat. You've become my best friend, haven't you?
She could be famous.
Naughty Cat. Okay, so Chris and Steve took me for a little walk around the neighborhood. And there's several interesting things. First of all, there's a dinosaur from the Seattle World's Fair here, sitting on the property of the son of the original sculptor. It was later moved to a science museum, I guess, and then rescued out of the garbage, and he saved this one dinosaur. But then, around the corner, there's also this amazing, like, folk art everywhere. There's this whole wall behind this clearly more modern house, and it's got all those crazy concrete faces on it. So you see monster characters, there's Mickey Mouse back there, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, all these interesting things. Clearly don't belong to this house, but then look at this house across the street. It's got this really elaborate, amazing, custom concrete stairway right here, and obviously used to have like water features in it, and there's all these sculptures in it and seashells, like this amazing piece of folk art. Look at this, like almost like castle turret like or balcony like steps. But look at this, you could definitely tell this was a fountain over here. So it's like a real mystery. I was like, you guys know the history of this? Like, no, it's just this weird thing. If you don't live nearby, you don't know about it. Then when we came around the other side, we realized, oh, the wall continues over here, right? There's even more faces and like all kinds of like little tile things and little details over here. So then we asked the neighbor sitting in the backyard, and they said, well, we know they were created with old Halloween masks, like old Ruby's mask or Ben Cooper masks or something. And we found out this piece of property used to be owned by the people who lived in that house, and they had a pond over here. So now I'm wondering if the water feature used to run all the way into their big pond. Clearly it was parceled out at one point, and they built a modern house on it. I'd love to know more. I was especially impressed on the other side with the crazy castle on top of the wall. There's a little castle feature here, but that castle over there was so elaborate. Look at this. This is totally wild. And on their side of the fence, there's faces over there too. And I go, oh, at least you weren't lonely during COVID, right? You had all your friends here. The neighbor said that this says good in Chinese. And she goes, I assume that means our side is bad? Anyway, the people who live here are not home at the moment, or at least not answering the door. Does anybody know the history of this? Because this is absolutely fascinating. Lincoln City, Oregon. See, Chris and Steve are not originally from here, so they don't know the full backstory. We're finding out more just chatting with the people in the backyard out here right now. But that's basically as much as they know. So somebody has got to know. Who was the amazing genius folk artist who created all of this and was so genius as to use those Halloween masks to do this? And look at the double columns down here. This is a piece of folk art. This is somebody who just had that creative thing and they're just like, I gotta make something. Look at that, there's a planter in here. That is so cool. That was the best, dude. Those are two of the nicest people that I know, that I've ever met through these videos. Just so awesome. What a weekend of awesome people. And now I can't turn the camera around because I don't want you to see something that's in here that might be useful to us in the future until I get a towel to cover it. So we can flip it around like this. It's getting really late now, and I've got about 3 more hours to the hotel still, which means no more stopping. I brought this up the other day, but it's like every region of the country I go to, every town, there's so much cool stuff. Every area, like this coast highway, every highway, I want to stop in every town, uncover all the secrets, like that neighborhood, the little mask things, the concrete, the folk art. I want to know more. I want to dig into everything. Let's go to the local historical society. So there's not enough time in this life, man. Not enough time. I need several lifetimes. Dang. Well, maybe I'll get them. You never know. I don't know much about the afterlife. I've never been there.
And I'm not in a hurry to find out. Not just yet.
Anyway, all right, Goonies. Cameras down. Let's see where we end up. I did not expect that to take so long. I don't know why, but this place smells the most like fish. Cooked or uncooked or raw or anything. All of the above. More than any other place I've ever been on any coast anywhere in the world. Well, I expected something to happen today. Maybe more. But that drive was the most hell of a drive ever, for some reason. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh. It's probably a mistake to stop at my friend's because I've just been talking so much that you can hear. I'm totally losing my voice. After being quiet for all those hours, I'm losing my voice. I did only get like 3 hours of sleep last night after being on the Goonies porch. That's why that video is going to be late. All these videos are going to be so late now. Because I'm realizing right now I'm not going to be doing any editing tonight. Usually I'm editing until like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. But not tonight. Tonight I need to sleep well. Still a long way back to Southern California. So where we are now is basically just outside of Coos Bay, Oregon. That's not even all the way down to the bottom. There are mysteries here in this hotel, man. Look at this. Kitchen available, $20 a day. What in the world does that mean, right? Locked. So can expand your hotel room? All right. Am I hallucinating this? I feel like I'm hallucinating after all the crazy stuff that's happened. I feel like I'm hallucinating. I think I've done enough. I think I've done my duty. I think I need to motel and sleep well. The heck is that? Is that, could it? No, I'm hallucinating. I'm dreaming. I'm done. See you on the next one. This is almost like a whole video. Who did this? Why did they did this?